Hey guys, there was an episode in Babylon 5 that always caught my interest, and it was Season 2, Episode 22, The Fall of the Night. In my opinion, it probably was the best and only chance the Earth Alliance had to join the war against the Centauri. What I want to know is what happened if Mr. Lanson Wells died or got injured during the Centauri attack. Would this give the Earth Alliance a perfect opportunity to join the other races against the Centauri? And what type of ships would be used in the war? How would these ships be compared against each other? And lastly, how would this war play out? So let's begin. Now let's compare the different ships that will be used in the war. The Earth Alliance is one of the youngest races in the Babylon 5 universe, and they're one of the few races that would be able to win a war against the Centauri. The first ship that will be used in the front lines of the war by the Earth Alliance would be the Hyperion class heavy cruiser. The Hyperion class heavy cruiser has jump capability, it has no gravity, it has a crew of 350, it can carry up to 200 troops, it has 6 starfighters in its shuttle bay, it's powered by 3 fusion reactors, it has a duration of 12 months, it's armed with 2 particle lasers, 1 heavy plasma cannon, 8 medium pulse cannons, and fusion missiles with 2 launchers. The ship is defended by 6 to 8 meters armored hull and 10 Mark I defense grid energy projectors. The second ship that will be used in the war is the Nova class dreadnought, which would be in the front lines along with the Hyperion class heavy cruiser. But the Nova class dreadnought will be used to fight Centauri ships in close range combat. The Nova class dreadnought has jump capability, it has no gravity, it has a crew of 250, it can fit up to 8,000 troops, it has 36 starfighters in its shuttle bay, it's powered by 4 fusion reactors, it has a duration of 18 months. The ship is armed with 22 twin plasma cannons and 6 particle beam guns. The ship is defended by 8 to 10 meters of armored hull and 22 Mark II defense grid energy projectors. The last of the main ships that will be used by the Earth Alliance will be the Omega-class destroyer. The main goal of the Earth Alliance was to make sure the Omega-class destroyer was able to do long-term missions and had weapons that were capable of shooting targets at long distance. The ship became the most powerful capital ship that the Earth Alliance fleet had, and it was the strongest ship that was built by a younger race using their own technology. The Omega-class destroyer had jump capability, it has gravity in its rotational sections only, it has a crew of 850, is able to fit up to 18,000 troops. The ship carries 36 starfighters in its shuttle bay. The ship is powered by 4 fusion reactors, it has a duration of 18 months, it's armed by 6 heavy particle lasers, 6 heavy pulse cannons, 12 particle lasers, 12 pulse cannons, and a fusion missile that has 2 launchers. The ship is defended by 8 to 10 meters of armored hull and 18 Mark II defense grid energy projectors. The Centauri only have 2 main ships they'll be using in the war. The Primus class Battlecruiser has a crew of 212, it can fit up to 8,000 troops. The ship is powered by a gravimetric drive, that means the ship has gravity. The ship is armed with 8 ion cannons, 4 battle laser cannons, 4 light pulse cannons, 2 missile launchers, and 1 mass driver, which is optional. The ship is defended by a 3.8 meter armored hull, 8 tractor beams, and a gravimetric defense grid. The second ship that the Centauri will be using is called the Vorchan class medium warship. This ship is the newest starship that the Centauri have. It's mainly used to escort carriers, but it can also be used in hit and run tactics. The Vorchan class medium warship has a crew of 80, has a gravimetric drive, which means that the ship has gravity, it has jump capability. The ship is armed with 2 ion cannons, 16 twin particle arrays, and 12 missile pulse cannons. It also has an energy mine, which has 1 launcher. The ship is defended by a 2.6 meter armored hull, 4 tractor beams, and a gravimetric defense grid. Now let's find out how the Centauri ships match up against Earth Alliance ships. The Primus class Battlecruiser is more advanced than the Earth Alliance ships, but the problem with the Primus class Battlecruiser is not designed the same way as the Earth Alliance ships are designed. The Earth Alliance ships are designed to be able to pack as much firepower as they can in one ship, while the Primus class Battlecruiser does not have that kind of power. It mostly relies on its advanced weaponry. If the Primus class Battlecruiser had to go against the Hyperion class heavy cruiser or the Nova class dreadnought, it would win both battles. The Primus is way more advanced than the Hyperion class heavy cruiser, which is one of the Earth Alliance oldest ships. The Nova class dreadnought's biggest weakness is designed to fight ships in close range, so all the Primus needs to do is keep its distance and shoots the Nova class dreadnought with its long range weapons. If the Primus had to go against the Omega class destroyer, I feel like it would be an even match. The Primus does have advanced weaponry, but the Omega class destroyer does have more weapons, which should even out everything else. Now let's find out how the Vorchan compared against the Earth Alliance ships. The Vorchan has great maneuverability and is really fast. The ship even has amazing firepower for a ship its size. The Vorchan is a deadly ship if it fights in a unit of other Vorchan ships. If the Vorchan had to fight the Hyperion class heavy cruiser in a 1 vs 1 battle, it would be an even match. The reason why it would be an even match is because the Hyperion is an outdated ship and has terrible maneuverability. The Vorchan, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. If the Vorchan had a fight against the Omega class destroyer or the Nova class dreadnought, it would lose to both of those ships. The Vorchan is powerful as a unit, but individually they're not that powerful. I posted a link in the description box below showing different clips of the Vorchan firepower. Now let's compare the two different races starfighters. The Centauri fighter is called the Centauri class medium fighter. The ship has one pilot, no gravity. The ship is powered by a versatile fusion reactor. The ship is armed with twin particle array weapons. The Earth Alliance fighter is called the Mitchell-hyundyne Star Fury. The ship has one pilot, no gravity. The ship is powered by 4 particle thrust engines. The ship is armed with 6 pulse discharge cannons. And the ship also has 8 external hardpoints for a variety of weapons. The Star Fury is highly maneuverable and is unmatched among other younger races. The ship is also able to spin 180 degrees under 1 second. Because of this, I do think the Earth Alliance Star Fury would win if I had to go head to head with the Centauri class medium fighter. Now let's answer the main question, which is how would this war play out? There are two possibilities the way this war could play out. The first one starts in Season 2, Episode 22, when the Primus Battlecruiser arrives to forcibly take control of the Narn Battlecruiser. The Primus Battlecruiser is unwilling to negotiate with Babylon 5 and attacks. During the attack, Mr. Lance and Wells dies due to the ceiling collapsing on them due to Centauri fire. After the death of Mr. Lance, the Earth Alliance media had a field day stating that the Centauri killed an innocent man who only wanted peace. This would force President Clark to break negotiations with the Centauri to avoid looking weak in front of his people. You might disagree with me that President Clark would break negotiations with the Centauri, but I beg a difference. Let me tell you why. During that time, President Clark did not have enough power to stop the Earth Alliance media from telling Mr. Lance's story. And it doesn't make any sense why President Clark would even stop the Earth Alliance media from telling the story, because a war with the Centauri would increase his power and influence over the Earth Alliance. The Earth Alliance would not declare war against the Centauri immediately. Instead, they'll wait until a giant battle between the League of Non-Aligned Worlds and the Centauri begin. The Earth Alliance would join the battle at the last minute to win the day. It's the same exact battle strategy that the Earth Alliance did during the Dilgard War. After the battle, the Centauri will try to fight back but unable to win any other battles because the Earth Alliance interference. To avoid losing everything like the Dilgard did, they would try to negotiate peace, which would leave the Centauri enough power and territory to survive. Of course, the Centauri leaders would be prosecuted for war crimes. Option 2 would entail the Centauri would declare war on the Earth Alliance first and attack them. Of course, this would be a very stupid decision on the Centauri part, but I would not be surprised since the Centauri leaders are very ignorant. Eventually, the League of Non-Aligned Worlds would join the Earth Alliance and push back the Centauri. Eventually, the Earth Alliance will win the war, but because the Centauri declared war on the Earth Alliance, I don't think the Earth Alliance will be so graceful during negotiations. The Earth Alliance will leave the Centauri stranded on the homeworld without any jump gate technology or weapons. And you never know, maybe the Centauri's sun will go supernova and destroy the Centauri civilization. Who knows? And for the viewers who don't understand what I'm talking about, that's what happened to the Dilgard. Their sun went supernova and destroyed their whole entire civilization. And of course, some of you guys will be thinking that the Shadows would not allow the Earth Alliance and the Centauri to fight. I don't think so. It wouldn't be the right time for the Shadows to show their faces. Their best option would be to wait out the war and change their plans accordingly to whoever won the war. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear your opinion in the comment box below. Which race do you guys feel like would win the war, the Centauri or the Earth Alliance? And let me know what videos you guys want me to do to improve the quality of my channel. And if you guys want to watch a video about what would happen if the TIE Fighter from Star Wars would go against the Viper Mark II from Battlestar Galactica, please select the video on the right. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. I hope to see you next time on the Utopian Broadcast channel. Thank you.
This is my second favorite thing in the universe.
Because there's no one knows his way around outer space.